What's going on, y'all? We're here at the Caribbean Jacks, one of my favorite spots here in town. We have Caitlin Mae from Nashville, and we have Patrick with us. And this is, like I said, a really amazing spot. Great food and great views too. And we're figuring out what to order right now. So we wanted some shrimp and grits. Maybe we can twist their arm and have them fix something in the back.
Maybe.
If not, I might get that oyster po' boy, but substitute it for gator bites. I always go for the most Florida thing possible.
Gator bites is definitely that.
Yes. Have you ever had gator bites?
I think I have. I have a story about that, but I can't
Let's
tell
hear
it
it.
on camera. I really
Oh, you
can't.
can't?
It's so bad. I'll
That's
get in
fine.
trouble.
That's-
But it is a funny story.
It's a funny story, and you're hiding it from us.
That's not fair.
I mean, most of the
You're gatekeeping.
I'm gatekeeping. Most of the stories that I tell about people who are no longer in my life. It's for the reason that I'm telling the stories.
I get that.
But this story that I'm telling, this person is still in
I
there.
feel you. I feel you.
I don't see them much, but they would definitely not like me.
They wouldn't like this.
Even though
Okay,
it's
well,
true. Even though it's true.
it is true.
So, we're having dinner now. What's kind of the traditional UK, your neck of the woods, traditional dinner that you might have?
So we have a lot of Welsh cuisine, and I should be ashamed to say that I don't know a whole bunch of it. Even though when I was in college for my Welsh baccalaureate exam, I did as a presentation. I actually baked lots of Welsh foods.
Wow.
And the fact that I can't even remember the name of most of them is
What is Welsh food like? You've lived in America for a little bit now.
yeah.
What's Welsh food like? Is it like, a lot of, and America uses a lot of sauces for things, right? That's not really that common over in
No,
the UK, I
not
don't think,
really.
right?
We have Welsh rabbit. We have
Ribbit?
rabbit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You call it ribbit? Rabbit.
I'm
I'm sorry.
I'm saying it is not ribbit like a frog.
That's what I was wondering. You have frog legs.
Ribbit?
Yeah.
No, ribbit. It's rabbit.
See, I'm thinking ribs. I'm thinking
ribs.
I'm thinking pork ribs.
Riblets.
Yeah.
Yes, I think.
I'm like, oh, you have pork ribs
Ribbit.
there. Okay,
Yeah,
that sounds like a very
I
American
think
thing.
that's Welsh for rabbit.
Okay.
Which is awful. If there are any Welsh people watching right now, I'm sorry, but I don't
We
actually know
do
if
have
that's
a
true.
very big Welsh fan base, and yeah. So
I'm
they are
gonna see. I'm gonna be cancelled now.
Yeah.
This is it. All over Welsh rabbit.
Oh, how,
I'm gonna be cancelled.
I just thought about this because we're throwing around the word Welsh. How do y'all like corgis?
Oh, corgis are so sweet.
Corgis.
But
A Welsh corgi.
I don't know if that's if everybody just loves corgis or if I just love corgis because I love animals. I don't know. I think I speak for all of us when I say we love corgis.
Corgis. I have one.
You
I
have
have a
one?
corgi. Yeah, it's my second one too.
Do you have a corgi?
I have a corgi. It'll be my last corgi.
Oh, are they a difficult breed?
Yes.
Oh.
Imagine a German Shepherd,
Yeah.
This
And it's
big.
Tiny.
no legs,
I know.
all the attitude of a big German Shepherd, but just no bark to its bite. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I have a 11-pound Shih Tzu Terrier cross rescue dog. He thinks he's 350 pounds. She will vouch.
He is the
Lauren
best.
will vouch.
I'm so jealous because I have a dog back home and he was a family dog and I've always I love puppies, I love animals.
Yeah.
And I wanted a dog and my parents were no, after our last puppy passed away. And eventually we did get one, and then I left home, and I didn't feel like it was fair to rip him away from the family because he was a family dog. But also so he'd never flown.
Yeah, that's tough. I've heard bad stories.
14 years old. So if he flew at 14 for the first time ever, I didn't know how he was going to deal with it. Yeah. And then they quarantined the dog if it's from a different country. And I just thought it was going to be a lengthy process that might be strenuous on him, and so I didn't. But I really am missing having a dog around. They are man's best friend after all.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
And I also have, and we'll get back into questions, but I also do have a big golden retriever who thinks she is the size of a corgi, so she's way too big, and she'll just get right up on you. And
It's funny how that flips. Like the big dogs think they're like, oh, they're just a little lap dog. Like, let me crawl up and curl up in your lap. Yeah.
Suffocating.
Yeah.
It's like you can't breathe.
My vocal coach had a Great Dane who truly believed that. Truly believed. Would sit on your foot knowing, like, she can't leave. I'm sitting there. That's my seat.
They know it.
She can't go. And we had such a good, like, bond, even though I only saw her, like, once a week and then once a month for a while. And it was just weird. And then she had puppies, and I wanted one. And my mum was like, you're kidding me. It's not happening.
Okay, so here's a question. Would you ever write a dog song? Because I've thought about it.
I would
A dog
absolutely
country
write
song.
a dog song.
I would. I just, how much I love dogs. They're synonymous with country music.
And I'm trying to think, like, have I got a dog song? Because multiple times I've started writing one,
Really?
and then felt like I wasn't doing it justice. So I don't think I've ever finished. Because how do you describe something that means so much to you? It's really hard. Like, they're so adorable, but you don't want to almost downplay how big of a part of your life they can truly be.
Yeah.
Like, they're a huge part. And not everybody believes that or understands, because not everybody has dogs.
Yeah.
But they really are become part of the family. And like, my dad had a chocolate lab, and when he met my mum, he already had her. So she was already part of his life. Her name was Fudge. But then she became a family dog because he met my mum, and then they had me, and they, so we became a family. And she was the best dog ever. And he still has a picture of her on his nightstand, and it's been years.
That's the
since she
song.
passed away.
Yeah, the picture on the nightstand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. She was the best.
Right.
That's great. So what do you think you're going to order?
I don't know. I'm very indecisive, and I'm looking, and everything looks so good. But you never want to be disappointed, like taking that first bite and wishing you ordered something else. So that's what I'm.
Have I ordered a po' boy before at a different restaurant? I was trying to think.
Ocean Deck, I think, didn't you?
Ocean Deck. I couldn't remember if it was that or tacos.
I can't remember. No, you ordered tacos at Ocean Deck.
So you talked about Cowboy.
Yeah.
That's how I'm gonna get to it.
I think I know. I think I'm gonna get the sesame crusted tuna, because what is huli huli sauce?
It's like, I think it's more like a Hawaiian kind of thing. It's probably kind of sweet and a little spicy.
That sounds good to me.
I might be completely wrong.
My two favorite things in the world: sweet and spicy.
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
love sweet
it would be spicy, I would imagine.
Oh, you don't think it would have any sweet, like a sweet?
No, I mean, I think that dish is both sweet and spicy.
Okay, yeah, that's.
Where are you seeing that? You're seeing
It's on
the
the starters, but
starters.
typically that's one thing about that's very different about American portions and British portions is the size.
Yeah.
Like the size difference is incredible, and I order a starter, a lot, and that's enough. Like just an appetizer is enough. That's the size of our main meal in the UK.
It is crazy. It is wild.
It is.
I think you just get used to it because I can eat a full thing, whatever, and I still feel good. I'll go out. I have to play later, so
Yeah, I know,
I
and
feel
it's getting
good.
close.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Flagler Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're good.
We would love to take you there one day because Flagler Tavern's pretty cool.
It is so cool.
I'm excited. I definitely need to check it out.
Yeah. So
So they do have Gator Bites.
Gator Bites. I'm gonna get that on the oyster po' boy, which I love oyster, like a fried oyster too. I love that. I love fried oysters on a sandwich. I like raw oysters by themselves. You ever had oysters?
Crazy enough, I cannot
Yeah,
do raw
I love-
oysters.
You can't do it?
I can do steamed oysters, I can do raw oysters, but I mean, I've had them before, but it's not like, it's gonna be like a lot of hot sauce, a lot of,
Really?
it's a texture thing for me. It's very much a texture thing.
I don't think I've tried any seafood that I haven't liked.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I haven't tried everything that's out there, but everything I've tried so far, I've been a fan of.
I have an idea, because they don't have shrimp on the grits on the menu. The next time you're down and we'll do something, we'll do a cooking video with shrimp and grits.
That would be so cool. That would be awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
I love trying new
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Just off the top of your head, do you know what kind of spin you put on it?
I like using like Spanish chorizo
Okay.
because it's got kind of like a lot of spice to it. And it adds a little bit of thickness to the palate because it's like a pork sausage. But I do shrimp and grits all sorts of ways. I've done it.
There was a guy one time as a food truck that did almost more of a barbecue shrimp and grits. It was like a little barbecue sauce.
I think
kind
you're
of
talking
thing.
about Southern State of Mind.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's okay, but I'm pretty traditionalist when it comes to shrimp and grits.
Yeah.
But like, I'm gonna tell you something about Southern cooking. Bacon fat, pork fat makes anything taste better. Anything with pork fat, it's gonna taste good.
I can imagine. I mean, I say that. I know what it's like to eat good food. I do not know what it's like to cook good food. I cannot cook. I try, and it's dangerous. But
I can relate.
yeah, it's bad.
And I can relate to her relating.
Do you have any stories of cooking catastrophes?
It's just that I overcook things a lot. So like the fire alarm's going off, there's smoke, my eyes hurt, I can't see, the dog's barking because there's smoke, and his eyes are burning too, and he's even worse because they're so sensitive, stuff like that. And it's really just that I might attempt to cook, but I would never serve it to anyone else because I know the risk.
That
They
is
don't.
pressure. That's a lot of pressure.
They don't, yeah. I mean, the last thing I want to do is kill someone who didn't know. Like,
Kill them.
they're just unassuming.
Not just didn't like it, killed them.
Oh yeah, it would be bad. I mean, and I enjoy baking, even though that's not really my specialty either, but I enjoy it, and I usually eat the batter before the product is finished. So it's not really cooking, right? So
Sure.
or baking, it's just like, if you eat it before it's even been put in the oven, it's...
Yeah, I see.
But I can't stop myself. Anything sweet, I'm a big fan. So when the batter is there and it looks so good,
I just eat that.
I
Yeah.
eat the bowl full of batter, and then
Yeah,
I usually tell people, like my family, I say, I'm baking like this today. They come home and they're like, so where is it? And I'm like, oh, no, sorry.
Cookie dough
It's gone.
is my biggest
Kryptonite.
kryptonite. Yeah, cookie dough. I love cookie dough.
I-
I'd rather just eat that.
I used to have an
Me
uncle
too.
that used to sit there with a tube of cookie dough and a thing of vanilla ice cream and just be like,
Gosh.
have a scoop of cookie dough, have a scoop of ice cream.
I have a story about cookie dough, and you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but so I eat cookie dough, and a lot of the time, like, it has chocolate chips in it because that's kind of like the idea. I eat around the chocolate chips because I don't like American chocolate, so I just eat the
Okay.
dough around the chocolate chips.
You hate it that much.
I don't like it. It's
All right,
bad.
this interview's done.
It's,
Right.
yeah.
Pack it up. Pack it up. We're going.
Boycott Caitlin
Pack it
Mae.
up. Hey, I am not Caitlin Mae from Nashville.
I am not her. It would suck to be her.
We love our chocolate chips, just saying. Like,
Yeah.
Well, you know what though? I like get my mum sends me care packages every month. She usually puts like chocolate or like different goodies in there and whatever it is, and I'll share them with like Americans, and I'm like, try this, and they're like, oh my gosh, we do have bad
That's
chocolate.
real chocolate.
They're like, we do have bad chocolate. So I basically like I sent for like lots of chocolate, lots of British chocolate, and I gave them to Kim, my manager's grandsons, so they could try all the different chocolate. And there was just like a whole big box, and they loved it, and it's the best.
Nice. Oh, now how about this? What's like a good dessert? Because for me, best dessert, key lime pie.
Key lime pie is good.
I've never had key lime pie.
You know-
I don't know.
That's a very Florida.
It is
That's
a
very
Florida thing. So the Florida Keys, yeah, they have these little limes.
They're like regular limes, except they're like this small.
Oh wow. Oh,
So key lime pie is a Florida staple.
yeah. Well, I'm looking at the cheesecake creme brulee, and I
That
do
sounds.
love.
I saw that and I was like, that sounds dynamite too.
That
Yeah,
does sound very good.
I love creme brulee. I've never tried cheesecake creme brulee, but it sounds good.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if we've ever talked about this before. Have you ever had or made a hummingbird cake?
I haven't. My mother's made it quite a bit.
Oh my God.
What is that?
Hummingbird cake is also, it might have started in Florida, or it's just a southern thing. I'm so sorry.
It's a very Florida thing.
Very Florida thing. My mamaw, my grandmother used to make, or still does, hummingbird cake all the time.
So
So it's kind of like almost like a carrot cake, but with like different fruit in it, and some like cream cheese or something like that with it. And let me just tell you that I'm not a fruit cake kind of guy,
me either.
but hummingbird cake is something very special.
Yeah. Wow, that sounds really good. And then I was just thinking when I said me either, I'm not a guy anyway, but just it's not. I'm not a fruitcake kind of girl. But same.
We're really glad you cleared that up. Yeah.
Yeah, just in case there was any confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, thought.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Bananas Foster, I've never had that, but I've had Bananas Foster. What
Like
is
a
the
drink or
word?
something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they call it?
I don't even know.
We were looking at like the jars of it earlier
Like
on.
rum?
No.
Yeah, like sometimes they'll do that, like rum in
The
a.
name is like right on the tip of my tongue. It's like not so much something that you'd have in the UK.
It's a drink.
Yeah. Moonshine.
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 Oh, I've heard of
Yeah,
that.
Bananas Foster Moonshine. And I don't know why that escaped me because I loved it, and it was so good that I kept to like the jar so I could get the exact same one. And then I got the brand wrong, and then I like got the closest thing to it, and it was disappointing. But the original that I had was so good.
We were down in Cape Canaveral where they launched the spaceships at.
Yes, yeah.
And we went to this brewery and they had a key lime beer. I don't know if you drink beer or not,
Yeah.
but they had a key lime beer. But what they did, do you like marshmallow fluff?
I love marshmallow fluff.
So they had a pint of key lime beer. They encircled the top rim with marshmallow fluff and then toasted the marshmallow fluff. Oh, and it was so good. It was like I'm not like a big like dessert beer, like crazy, but this thing was like it was so messy. Like I don't even want I would never fill myself drinking that, but it was so good. It was so good.
You should have made her some of those cookies we just made the other week. If she likes marshmallow fluff.
Yeah.
I'm like a huge, I say I'm a huge dessert person, but then if somebody asked me to choose over sweet or savory, I couldn't, because I love,
You gotta
I love
mix them.
all things.
You gotta have them together.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is, you gotta have sweet and salty together.
Yeah, and I'm very much like, some people can just eat a meal that's all one thing. I get like bored, so I have to have like almost like a buffet style, like different foods to break it up. So I'm the same with sweet and savory. Like I can take a break, eat something sweet, go back to the savory or like my main course, and still, in my opinion, that's better. Like I don't get sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
As a chef, if you can do, sweet, savory, spicy, salty, if you can do all that kind of stuff where it doesn't just overtake the palate, you got something winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, I'm gonna go real Florida. I'm gonna do the oyster po' boy, but I want you to substitute it with gator bites, and can actually get 2 of those.
Yeah.
We get 2. And then you have sweet potato fries.
Let's go with fries. We have hush puppies though.
Hush puppies.
You want to do like one with hush puppies, one with fries?
Both hush puppies.
Hush puppies times 2. Cool. Right here, man. Over here.
I'm gonna do the fish and shrimp basket.
Fish and shrimp. Fries on your side work.
Yep, a little bit of everything. What do you have, Miss Caitlin?
Could I get the sesame crusted tuna? Yeah, thank you so much. Oh, I did have a question. Is the hooey hooey sauce sweet or
It's like a
spicy?
sweet. It's more of a sweet.
Okay, that's perfect.
You want any like the side of fries or coleslaw or anything?
Oh,
Hush puppies.
Have you had hush puppies?
I think I had one again.
I don't want to. You should probably get the hush puppies. It's just carbs and they're fried and they're.
Sweet deep fried like bread, like cornbread.
Yeah, I'll do that.
She's from the UK, so we're trying
I'll
to
do
get
that.
her.
I've had them before, I think. I just keep forgetting what they are every time.
Can I do
They're good here.
fried shrimp basket with hush puppies?
We have.
The regular
so
shrimp basket with hush puppies?
Yes.
you have.
You're not doing chicken fingers?
No.
Fingers?
I'm doing shrimp like I'm not supposed to. Thank you.
Anyway,
So you have hush puppies. We don't have anything like that. But we call like frozen drink a slush puppy.
oh yeah. We're familiar with it, but you call it slushy, slurpee.
Because I've said,
You mean like a convenience store? Like the frozen like Coca-Cola?
Yeah, some people call it that. I've heard that before.
yeah, because I've said that before. Like, can I get a slush puppy? And they go like, oh. And I'm like, I don't know how.
I feel like that's an easy one. I feel like you should know what that is.
Yeah.
Like Americans should know what that is.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what else to call it. And then, but then I've also like grown up drinking ices because we had them at like every convenience store you went in when we were in Florida. But then back home, you can't find anything called an icy.
Right. Oh, I have a question. What do you call a carbonated drink?
A fizzy drink.
You say fizzy? Yeah. Do they say?
Oh, we call them pop.
Pop.
Yeah. Like, do you want some pop? And then, yeah, what have you got?
I was the first time I ever left Florida, or maybe even the whole South, but the first time I ever left Florida, we went up to Pennsylvania to visit my dad's family, and my, I guess, aunt leaned down to me and she was like, "Would you like some pop?" And I was like terrified. Like I had no idea. I was completely shocked. Like, what in the world is pop?
You're like, do I?
Yeah.
Want some?
What's pop?
I don't
And they're
know.
like, "It's Coke."
Yeah.
My family calls everything Coke.
Yeah, down here in the South, like it's confusing because we call everything Coke.
You'd be like this, "You want a Coke?" "Yeah, what do you want?" I'll take a Sprite."
I've never used it before.
Yeah.
That's great. Because my mum would just be like, "Yep. Do you want a Coke?" "Yep." "So what do you want?" "A Coke." Because
That's what
she
they say,
loves
huh?
Coke.
Yeah, oh, okay, yeah.
She's a huge Coke drinker.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
But yeah, we call everything here Coke.
Coke.
It
Yeah.
could be Sprite, it could be Dr. Pepper, Pepsi,
That's great.
whatever.
That's so funny. Yeah.
I did not know that.
I didn't know. I actually didn't know that. I just didn't know that in my family. My
I
fa-
call everything soda. I mean, I've heard
Yeah.
that before, but I don't think I've ever heard people call it Coke if they're
Coke.
not talking
Yeah.
about Coke.
No, neither.
It's just. It might be a Florida thing. It might be an old time Florida thing. My family also is the only family I know that says vinegar and oil instead of oil and vinegar. Vinegar and oil. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard that.
We're the only people I know that say it, but I've said it my whole life. I can't say it any other way.
Yeah.
Oil
Yeah.
and vinegar just sounds so weird.
It's funny how like you can hear something so many times no matter what it is, even like names. And then if you switch them, like the thing that always gets me is like Christmas cards, when people sign a Christmas card and they're a couple and they put the wrong name first. I know there is no wrong way, but to me, I'm like, I've always thought of you as like this and this, and you're doing it the opposite
You know what
way
it is?
around.
It's the songwriter in you that's like phonetically it should be the first one with this many syllables and then the second one with that many syllables.
Yeah, I can't do it then the other way around.
Right.
Which is just weird.
It's funny how sometimes the little small things like get under your skin and you're like,
Like
you
it
can't get over it. Like it's just something that's very small.
Yeah, like it almost makes you feel uncomfortable. Like it's got no reason to, but it does.
Cringe,
it's like,
like,
oh,
ooh, ouch.
no.
That is so funny. So if you were gonna put us on a Christmas card, it would go Jordan and then who?
See, I know this hard. You know when you meet new people,
I was saying,
and you're like,
Patrick, Lauren, and Jordan. I felt like we all have the same like.
Lauren Jordan. Lauren Jordan actually sounds better, like Lauren and then
Lauren, Jordan, Patrick.
I'm cleaning up, coming in at the behind, you know, I'm
Patrick,
cleaning up.
Lauren, Jordan, that's hard.
That actually sounds good like that.
It's a hard one. I think it's like when you've gotten used to saying somebody's name or like multiple names in a certain order so many times, then you can't switch it around. But if somebody introduced themselves from the beginning in that order, that was probably what would stick in your head. Yeah. It's like my parents, I'm pretty sure, have always said like Helen and Paul. But Paul and Helen sounds weird to me. I don't know.
To me, that one sounds better. Yeah, but never having heard that before. But that's the way I would write it in a song, Paul and Helen.
The way I was raised, it's always ladies first.
Yeah. And also, it's because her name's Helen, and it sounds like you're saying Helena. It like flows Helen and Paul.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah. There's a rhythm to
it's got like
it.
yeah.
This is the first time I've ever had a deep conversation about how to address Christmas cards.
That's fine. We're learning things here on the lunch ahead.
Yeah,
We are.
we're learning things.
Well, I do have a story which is like a complete tangent from what we're talking about now, but it is food related in some way. So, when I was 11 years old, I fell off a wall and I fractured my skull, and I displaced 2 bones in the back of my neck. Well, when I got to the hospital and I was like, you know, in a neck brace and all the things, having all these tests done, all my tastes had changed from the fall. So all the foods that I loved before I fell, I hated, and all the foods that I hated before I fell, I was asking for, like I loved. And it just happened like that. And I don't know, it's always been that way ever since I fell. It didn't change back. So,
Whoa.
yeah, and like there are certain stores in the UK. I haven't been in any stores like this in the US, but there are certain stores in the UK that sell a specific chocolate, and I can smell that chocolate even without opening the bag. I can't go in those stores anymore because it makes me feel physically unwell. I just can't. And I used to love that chocolate. It was actually something I was going through at the time. I asked for that chocolate every day, and then I couldn't stomach it. I couldn't even be in the same
That's crazy.
Yeah. Very fun fact.
Yeah, so I guess don't hit your head.
Yeah, it was bad.
Wow.
I can't relate to that necessarily with food, but you know, I started Southern Pill because I started having seizures,
Yeah.
and like, it's funny because like I'll listen to a song because I listen to songs all the time. Obviously, that's my job. I'll listen to the song. I can have a seizure, and then listen to that song again, and I know that I have completely different feelings from the first time to the second time I listen to that song, and it's like really a weird, because you know, like it's different if you don't know, you know, like some people, you know, don't know things change, but it's weird saying like oh, that song used to make me feel happy, and now I feel like a little bit
Yeah, it makes you on edge.
off-put about that song,
Yeah, I
put
can-
off by that song.
I can totally see
It's just kind of a weird thing that happens, but
Yeah, and I don't know. Last time when you interviewed me, I'm not sure if I told you. I feel like we did talk about it, but I actually had Rolandic epilepsy growing up. So I had seizures until eventually I grew out of them, which is what makes them Rolandic. You do grow out of them as you get older. Like, I think it's like late teens is like worst case scenario. But for me, by the time I went to high school, like I was having them much less frequently, and then until I just never had one again. But you don't know, like it could happen at any time. So you don't know that you're really out of the woods yet or not until you're past the age for having them anymore. So I never had sleepovers.
Oh, that's sad.
I never had that kind of experience because I basically my whole childhood from the first seizure, which they think was triggered by chickenpox.
oh wow.
Yeah, after that, I slept in my parents' room my whole childhood. And I say that, like, even now, I don't do well sleeping alone in, like, a house or alone in a room because I was so used to sleeping in between my parents. Then when I got old enough and they had no room left in the bed, I would sleep in, like, a little, do you call it, like, a hide-a-bed? By the side of their bed. It like folded into three like a mattress, and then you don't fold it. So yeah, and I did that like my whole until honestly, I still preferred my mum to sleep in with me until I moved to Nashville.
Well, that's really brave. That's really brave to move to a different country.
Yeah,
I mean, good for you. I mean, that shows how much you love music.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was like I knew where I needed to be and I knew that I loved it here, but I didn't know if the bravery that I felt initially was gonna disappear the first night when she flew back to the UK and I'm in this bed, in this apartment alone, and I'd never that was the first time ever.
Wow.
And the only way to fix that was to get on a plane and fly back. But I was like, no, I can do this.
That's an adjustment. That's an adjustment.
Yeah, it really is. But sometimes that's what you need to like literally go to a different country to change that one thing about you, So like, not that there's anything wrong with that, but like, you to be like a successful singer, songwriter and stuff, that's what you had to do, Good for you.
And it was so worth it. And I mean, I've had hard days where I'm like very emotional about how far away I am from them. But we've had phone calls and my dad has literally said, I thought you would be home by now. Like I didn't think needing your mum to be in bed with you to be able to sleep, I did not think you'd be able to move 4,000 miles away without her.
Wow.
And he was like, I'm surprised. But he's like, at this point, I don't think that you'll come back now. I just thought it was like the first few months, I thought you'd be home. And I was like, honestly, I didn't know. I didn't know how I was going to deal with it. But I don't know. Sometimes it takes that to find a fighter in you. And yeah.
Good for you. That's a really good story.
No, it's brave. I mean, both of us still live in kind of the town that we grew up in, and I've moved away a couple times, and it was just like, it's just a weird feeling. Like it's just a weird I feel like an alien, even though I'm still in the United States. It's just like,
Yeah, it is. And you suddenly have to, it's sink or swim. You have to decide, is this where I'm going to find my community? And it's not just your decision, it's whether the community accepts you. And I'm lucky enough that they really did just accept me with open arms. But I also have to remind myself that when I was in high school, I was not accepted, even in the slightest, like did not have friends or anyone with common ground, and I was made fun of a lot and really badly bullied. And it's hard to not carry that with you and think, are people gonna think I'm weird, not want me to hang out with them, and is that what it's going to be like? But I also believe that any room you're in, you deserve to be in. So whether people want you to be with them or not, you deserve to be there. So it's not that that would have made me leave. It's just that it's a lot easier knowing people want me there.
That's good advice.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, I just had something to say. I just lost it. But yeah, that just shows like a lot of people don't even have that same level of commitment to music.
Yeah.
And it shows that like, no, this is what I want to do. Shows my drive. You know, this is like how passionate you are and how much of a dream that was.
Yeah.
So is that why you call people dreamers?
Yeah, dreamers. I mean, I think we're all dreamers in our own right, no matter what. We all have something, whether we want to share it publicly or not. You can't help but dream. You know, everybody sleeps, so that's a form of dreaming. But if you can carry that into like real life throughout the day and decide this is my goal and this is what I have my eyes on, then I think you're a lot happier knowing you're chasing after something you want. And then chasing after it is actually probably one of the most fun parts.
Yeah.
Because it's not rewarding if it's just given to you. The most rewarding part is knowing that you fought for it and that you succeeded, you know? And so on my hardest days where I'm like, you know, today's just been hard and it felt like nothing came easy, I think that these are the days I'm going to look back on and be proud of.
Yeah, good for you.
So what did you get there, Miss Caitlin? That looks amazing.
I got the tuna something.
Sesame crusted tuna.
Crusted tuna, that was it. And
That looks amazing.
It looks so good. I cannot wait to try it. And I'm a very, like, I love sauce.
I'm so sorry. The stray cat that just came out of nowhere.
It's like, hey,
Right
tuna.
underneath that booth right there. I'm so sorry.
So
I'm
what
so
we're
sorry.
saying is-
You might want to get that. That's all right.
Hi.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt. I thought that would add to like the charm of this place. Just some random cat. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No.
I'm gonna take it home.
He looks small.
It's so small.
Like a kitten or just,
Maybe a little bit younger.
yeah.
Did you finish your section? I forgot where you left off.
Oh, I was just saying, I'm a huge sauce fan.
Sauce, that's right.
So like, I can't really do things that are like really dry and without sauce. It adds to
That looks good now.
The hooey hooey.
Yes. The hooey.
Who's next? Is it you, Jordan?
I'll go next. I got the gator tail po' boy, which is actually not on the menu. They have gator bites as an appetizer, and I switched out the fried oyster to gator bites. I always got to go Florida. Always got to go gator, and also the hush puppies, which you got some hush puppies as well. We're
Something
excited.
new?
It might be something new potentially, but gotta go my good southern Florida.
He's a real VIP. He doesn't order off the menu.
Yeah. They do it for me. They call it the Jordan.
So far, so
Thank you
good.
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
What'd you get?
I went real simple this time. I just got the fried shrimp and fish basket, and I'm excited about this. I'm a southern boy, so fried anything is good. So you can fry a tire, and I pretty much eat it.
That's what I love about America, actually. That you can get anything fried. I just tried, actually. Is this like a common thing, or is this just a one-place thing? But it's called a Monte Cristo.
That's around here, yeah.
And it's
I don't know what that is.
It's a very classic sandwich.
Yeah, it's like ham.
Fried ham and cheese with some
Yeah.
jelly on top, yeah.
Yeah, and it
Powdered
was
sugar.
so good.
Yeah,
I
Monte
loved
Cristo
it.
is good.
I just tried that like a couple days ago at Ford's Garage.
Yeah,
Ford's
Ford's
Garage,
good.
yeah.
I was like, this is heaven.
What do you got there, Miss Lauren?
I have a fried shrimp basket and fries.
One with the traditional? Sounds good. All right, Caitlin Mae. We got to eat at one of our favorite local establishments, Caribbean Jack's. How'd you feel about the whole experience?
I absolutely loved it. 10 out of 10. Would eat here again and tell all my friends about it.
Yeah, it's such a great restaurant. Thank you all guys for tuning in here at the Luncheonette, and we'll see you next time.
You're my drink of choice, not good for me, but you drown out all the noise. And I think that's beautiful and dangerous and everything my mom told me to avoid. Yeah, I'm such a mess, so I call my dad 'cause I'm his princess. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't know the half of it, and I won't tell him one more sip so I can keep pretending. You embody everything I hate, but then you smile and I can't wait to let you lie to me again. Yeah, you like the sound of your own voice and just your name gets me annoyed, but I can't help it if you're my drink of choice. You're my whiskey neat, don't need anything else when you're holding me. But then you let go and I'm alone with just my thoughts and like a million other shots, so I rinse and repeat. Please, just one more round, then I promise I'll go home and figure out how to get over you. You're the Baileys to my cream, the gym to my fame, but I'm sober now. You embody everything I hate, but then you smile and I can't wait to let you lie to me again. Yeah, you like the sound of your own voice and just your name gets me annoyed, but I can't help it if you're my drink of choice. Woo! I know every liquor store and every bar would lock their doors if they thought I was giving up for good. 'Cause this is just a small town, but I don't dream of getting out, so they don't have to worry, 'cause you're my drink of choice. You embody everything I hate, then you smile and I can't wait to let you lie to me again. Yeah, you like the sound of your own voice and just your name gets me annoyed, but I can't help it if you're my drink of choice. You're my drink of choice.